Hi everybody, it's Lily from Podium here. I just want to remind everyone, as usual, if you need closed captioning, to go right to the YouTube link, and closed captioning should be provided there, as well as if you need a break during this video or time to do the work in between each workshop and session, feel free to pause the video at any time. So we're going to start off by asking the questions like, do you think that forming relationships with your parents or siblings is essential? And why do you think it is important to create relationships? And this is something that you can discuss with maybe a friend or a peer, um, and talk about, your relationships with your siblings and how they change over time and things like that. So take a moment before we move on to the next section. So, in these next session, maybe have a piece of paper to write down your answers if you would like, but we are going to take a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not important at all to 10 being the most important, or super important, how important is, and the first one is attending school. The second one is getting good grades. Next is making and keeping friends. Third is, fourth is playing sports or an instrument. Fifth is having fun or going outside, playing video games or talking to your friends. Next is having a solid relationship with someone you like romantically. And after that is having a good relationship with your parents. Next is impressing your peers. And last is having a decent relationship with your teachers and faculty in the school. So if you want to take the time to write all of those down and discuss or potentially reflect on why each of those are on the scale or where they are before we move on to the next section. So next is some reflection questions that are kind of in theme with what we have today, which is mostly about forming relationships and friendships. And how important they are to us. So the first question is, how do you spot a potential good friend? And the next question is, what characteristics should your friend have? And third is, do you consider yourself a good friend? Why? So what we're asking you to do here is kind of reflect and take your time to kind of talk about these, either with yourself in a brainstorm or like a self-reflection writing, or with a friend. And next is to kind of go over what we value in friendships and potential good friends and characteristics that we would want our friends to have for them to be good friendships. So coming up on the end of this activity, we're doing reflections via emoji. So pick an emoji, one or two emojis that reflect a feeling that you have experienced during the activity or what you felt when going through these questions about friendship, and kind of share, if you can, if you're working with other people, your thoughts on how it feels to kind of talk about making new friends, and the experiences of how we rate our relationships and importance of those relationships in our lives. And there are some reflection questions that you can also go through is, did you learn something new about yourself in this workshop, and what was it? Did you learn something new about a friend in this workshop, and how did you find out that information? Was it easy finding something common within the people that you had worked on this workshop with, and why or why not? And is it important to introduce ourselves to someone new? Why or why not? So if you think that you would like to share any kind of writing or reflection that you did, feel free to submit to us at podiumrva.org/submit your writing. We would love to hear from you and feel your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching.